Hello and welcome to Smile Movie Summary. Dr. Rose Cotter, a therapist who experienced trauma after seeing her mother commit suicide when she was 10 years old, sees graduate student Laura Weaver in an urgent appointment after being checked into Mount Pleasant Hospital. Laura furiously believes she is being tormented by an evil ghost whose curse has consumed her life that no one but her can see. Laura had just witnessed her professor Gabriel Munoz smash himself with a hammer. Laura insists that the entity has the ability to manifest as other people while wearing a frightening smile, despite Rose's diagnosis that she is experiencing hallucinations. Laura immediately flips out, saying she's going to die, then starts smiling menacingly before slicing open her neck in front of Rose with a shard of a broken vase. It comes out that Rose's ex-boyfriend Joel is one of the investigators who questions her about Laura's death. With a terrifying smile, Rose tells Laura what she was informed about allegedly being cursed by an evil entity while still reeling from what she had seen. Rose starts to notice Laura grinning at her everywhere. Rose is motivated by the visions to research Gabriel Munoz's suicide, and she discovers that Gabriel had a peculiar smile on his face just before he died. Carl Rankin, a patient of Rose's who was formerly hospitalized for a manic episode, is checked on. Rose calls security when Carl threatens her with a sinister smirk and starts to terrorize her. Carl is restrained by orderlies, but it turns out Rose had simply imagined Carl acting violently. Rose's supervisor Dr. Morgan Desai gives her a week off because he thinks that Rose may have experienced a mental breakdown as a result of Laura's unexpected death. Rose is at home alone when the security alarm sounds after another unsettling Laura vision. A security service operator appears to phone Rose and leave a mocking voicemail. Shortly after, Rose receives a call from the real operator. When Rose's fiancé Trevor gets home, she discovers that her cat is missing. Rose is watching the recordings from her session with Laura when she gets startled again and needs Trevor to calm her down. Rose sees Dr. Madeline Northcott, her former therapist, out of concern for her own mental health. Madeline interprets Rose's explanation that she is experiencing hallucinations as a result of her long-standing remorse over her mother's deliberate overdose. Madeline rejects Rose's request for a prescription for an antipsychotic drug. Rose and Trevor go to Rose's sister Holly's home for Jackson's birthday celebration. Jackson is Rose's nephew and is 7 years old. Jackson finds Rose's dead cat placed within his gift as he opens it, horrifying the other guests. Rose trips and falls through a glass table after another terrifying vision of Laura, vehemently denying that she is to blame. Rose tries to tell Trevor about the alleged curse that afflicted Laura, presumably being passed on to her as her sanity begins to crumble. Trevor dismissively accuses Rose of killing their cat and having a mental disorder like her mother. Victoria, the widow of Gabriel Munoz, receives Rose. Victoria displays grisly drawings that Gabriel made of an evil force that he said was attempting to enter him to Rose. Additionally, Rose finds out that Gabriel was traumatized by the passing of his brother 20 years ago, and that he only started raving about the curse after witnessing a lady commit suicide at a conference. When Rose insists that Gabriel was speaking the truth about his curse, Victoria evicts her after she requests the name of the woman. Joel is persuaded by Rose to assist her in putting together more clues. Gabriel Munoz's real estate agent, Angela Powell, was found dead, and Joel uses his law enforcement computer to obtain a file for her. Additional video reveals that a few days before she passed away, Angela witnessed a happy man at a gas station abruptly slash his own neck with gardening shears. When Rose gets home, she discovers that Trevor had requested an intervention from Madeline due to Rose's troubling mental state. Rose runs out to deliver copies of Joel's files to her sister Holly, feeling deceived. When Rose tries to tell Holly about the curse, the sisters fight over how Rose is acting like their controlling mother. Joel phones Rose to let her know that more investigation has turned up a string of 20 incidents that are identical and involve witnesses to 19 suicides. Robert Talley, an accountant, was an exception who saw his business colleague commit suicide. But 4 days later, Robert murdered a stranger instead of killing himself. The trend continued for another week until the suicide of the witness to Robert's deeds. Joel visits Robert Talley's prison visitation with Rose. Rose confides in an unconvinced Joel during the journey that she believes the entity possess victims before they commit suicide and that she is concerned her time with the curse is running out. At the jail, Robert tells Rose in confidence that the only way to free herself from the curse is to murder another person, but there must be a witness because the creature need trauma to survive. When Robert knows Rose is currently under the curse, he quickly becomes anxious. Madeline pays Rose a visit at her house. When the actual Madeline contacts Rose on the phone, Rose understands the apparition is posing as her. Rose is in danger from Madeline's grinning double. Rose takes a car to the hospital and carries a kitchen knife. In her dream, Rose sees herself murdering Carl in front of Dr. Desai, who then rips off his own face. Before Rose quickly speeds off, the real Dr. Desai sees her in her car with the knife and tries to get aid. Based on their conversation with Rose's worried employer at the hospital, Joel calls to inform her that there is an APB out for her. Rose cryptically reveals that she will confront the thing and that she prefers to do it by herself so that no witnesses will also bear the curse. Rose takes a car to her mother's abandoned childhood house. Rose has a vision of her mother inside, who accuses her of enabling her to die by failing to seek medical assistance when she discovered her overdose. Rose claims that her mother is a monster who abuses others. A lean creature suddenly emerges from the vision to assault Rose. Rose uses an oil lantern to ignite the beast. Rose then makes her way outdoors as the home starts to burn. Joel receives a visit from Rose to express her regret for involving him in this predicament and for not being emotionally present while they were dating. Joel's eerie smile makes Rose believe she is still cursed. Rose runs outdoors only to see that her childhood home is still in condition. At the abandoned home, the real Joel shows up. Rose locks Joel outside to keep him safe as the monster rips open her mouth. Joel enters the house just in time to witness Rose light herself on fire while grinning menacingly. A summary of the movie Smile was provided. Enjoy your day and never forget to like, share, and follow.